Hello, friends. So, if I ask you that how much time it should take to solve IGKO question paper of which is having 35 questions, how much time should it take? So, let's figure out with this model question paper set 4, in which there are 35 questions covered of from all the 4 sections, and for each question, I'll give you 10 seconds to answer. After that, I will explain the concept as well as some tricks, some tips to remember the answer. So, let's get started with the first question, which is from the section General Awareness. There are 4 options given, and you have to choose the correct statement. Mantle is the thickest layer of the Earth. The crust and the upper part of the mantle make up the lithosphere. The inner core is solid and is rich in iron, or all of these. So you solve this question, and your time starts now. All right. So I'm sure you all must have answered it correct. The correct statement is all of these. The correct statement is all of these. Why? Because you know that mantle is the thickest layer of the Earth. The thickness is around 2,900 kilometers, right? And let me draw this figure for you. Let's say this is Earth. This is the inner core. This is the outer core. This the outermost part on which we live. That is called crust. CRUST crust. After that, the mantle. Okay, so mantle is the thickest layer of the Earth. I told you the thickness is 2,900 kilometers. After that, the crust and the upper part of the mantle makes up the lithosphere. This is also correct. The inner core is solid and is rich in iron. See, if you know, the outer core is liquid, but the inner core is solid. Surprise? If you know the answer, why it is so, why the outer core is liquid, but the inner core is solid, mention that in the comment section. But the right option is, or the right statement is, the inner core is solid and is rich in iron. So the answer is all of these. All of these statements are correct. Let's move on to the second question. Okay, so you solve the second question, which is, which of the following is the thickest layer of the Earth? Is it crust? Is it mantle? Is it inner core? Or is it outer core? And your time starts now. All right, so let's look at the answer. The thickest layer of the Earth is mantle. Just now I told you the thickness of mantle is 2,900 kilometers. So the thickest layer of the Earth is mantle. That's the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so now you solve this third question. Name the highest peak in India. Just be careful with the statement of the question. Highest peak in India. Is it Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, Karakoram, or none of these? You solve this question and your time starts now. I'm sure you must have answered it correct. The highest peak in India. Just you need to keep this in mind. It is the question is about India. The highest peak in India is Kanchenjunga. The highest peak in India is Kanchenjunga. You know that Mount Everest lies between Nepal and China, right? The question here is about India. So the highest peak is Kanchenjunga. All right, let's move on to the next question. You solve this question. The next question is, name the largest bay in the world. Is it Bay of Bengal, India? Is it San Francisco Bay, USA? Is it Ha Long Bay, Vietnam, or none of these? And your time your time starts now. Okay, so the largest bay in the world is Bay of Bengal, India. Surprise? Yeah, it's Bay of Bengal, India. That's the largest bay in the world. Let's move on to the next question. You solve this question. Which sport is associated with the term butterfly stroke? You have to name this sport in which this term butterfly stroke is used. Is it basketball? Is it tennis? Is it football? Or is it swimming? And your time starts now to solve this question. Okay, so let's solve this question. Which sport is associated with the term butterfly stroke? First, I'll tell you the answer. The answer is swimming. The few of the common terms associated with basketball is slam dunk, dribble, pass, pivot, foul. These are the terms associated with basketball. Um, and if you talk about tennis, you know grand slam, break point, drop shot, smash, volley, service, ace. These are the terms associated with tennis. And football, you must have seen penalty kicks. You must have seen when a footballer scores goal, free kick, pass. They also dribble, and there is a fall in football as well, right? So the right answer for this question, the butterfly stroke, is associated with the sport that is swimming. Okay, let's move on to the next question. You solve this question. Durand Cup belongs to which of the following sports? Is it hockey? Is it football? Is it badminton? Is it basketball? To solve this question, your time starts now. Okay, so let's answer this question. Durand Cup, you answer it right. Durand Cup is associated with football, right? For hockey, it is, Asia Cup is there. Then Hockey World Cup is there. Dhyan Chand Trophy is also there. Aga Khan Cup is there for hockey. For football, some of the other trophies are FIFA World Cup. You must have seen FIFA matches. Then Santosh Trophy is also there, right? Federation Cup is associated with football. Football, F for football, F for Federation Cup. Federation Cup. It belongs to football. If you talk about badminton, badminton is having Cup, then Thomas Cup, then you know that Badminton World Federation Championship. We talk about basketball, very famous NBA. You must have seen this NBA Champions Trophy. William Jones Cup, that is also very famous. Okay, FIBA. You must have seen these sporting events. The right answer for this question, Durand Cup. Durand Cup belongs to football. Moving on to the next question. You solve this question. Name the Indian athlete who is known as Flying Sikh. Indian athlete who is known as Flying Sikh. Is it Mary Kom? Is it Milkha Singh? Is it Leander Paes? Is it Deepa Karmarkar? And to solve this question, your time starts now. All right. So the Indian athlete known as Milkha Singh known as Flying Sikh is Milkha Singh. This is the right answer. Very simple, very easy. Just by eliminating few of the options, you should be able to solve this question. Otherwise, also you should know the Flying Sikh is Milkha Singh, right? Okay, so moving on to the next question. You solve this question, and for that, you will get 10 seconds. Name the strength training exercise among the following given options. Strength training exercise. You need to keep this in mind. It is strength training exercise. Is it lifting weights? Is it squats? Is it push ups? Or all of the above? Okay, so your time starts now. All right, so let's solve this question. I am sure you must have answered it correct. It is asking about strength training exercise. Strength, something which will build up your strength. Is it weightlifting? Of course it is. Is it squats? Yes. Push-ups? Yes. So the right answer is option D. That is all of the above. Let's move on to the next question. You solve this question and you will get 10 seconds for this. There are four pictures given, and the description says he was an Australian cricketer who is regarded as the greatest batsman of all time. Greatest batsman of all time. Your option A is Donald Bradman, Shane Warne, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Rafael Nadal. So these are the four options. You answer this question, and for that, you will get 10 seconds, and your time starts now. Okay, so let's answer this question. Greatest batsman. I am not going to give you any details about this. Just by looking at the question, greatest batsman. Shane Warne was a bowler. This option is ruled out. Cristiano Ronaldo is a footballer. Rafael Nadal is a tennis player. Three options are ruled out. Sir Donald Bradman is the greatest batsman of all time, Australian cricketer. Right? So the answer is Donald Bradman. Moving on to the next question. You solve this question. The first ancient Olympic Games were held in Greece. Just keep this in mind. This could be one question as well. The first ancient Olympic Games were held in Greece. To honor which Greek god? To honor which Greek god? Was it Apollo, or is Zeus, Hermes, or Ares? Right? So your 10 seconds starts now. All right. So the Greek god name is Zeus. In honor of this Greek god, the first ancient Olympic Games were held. So the right answer is option B. Moving on to the next question. Again, there is a picture given, and you will get 10 seconds to identify the yogasana shown in the picture. Yogasana shown in the picture. Is it Setu Bandhasana? Is it Dhanurasana? Is it Trikonasana? Is it Shavasana? Okay, your 10 seconds starts now. Okay, so the right answer is Dhanurasana. Dhanurasana. Dhanush. Wow. This is also called bow pose. Dhanurasana. Dhanurasana. It looks like Dhanush. Yeah, Dhanush. And then this will be the arrow. So it looks like Dhanush. That's why it is Dhanurasana. In English, it is called bow pose. Okay, let's move on to the next question. You take your 10 seconds and solve this question. Who among the following is the first Indian woman to win an Olympic medal? First Indian woman to win an Olympic medal. Was it Karnam Malleshwari? Was it Saina Nehwal, Sakshi Malik, or Mary Kom? Your time starts now. All right. So you have to answer now. Who among the following is the first Indian woman to win an Olympic medal? Medal. First Indian woman. The right answer is Karnam Malleshwari. In the comment section, you give me the sports she belongs to. The sports she belongs to. Okay? Okay. Move on to the next question. You solve this question. Which of the following statement is correct for yacht? It is a recreational boat or ship, often luxurious and used for pleasure cruising. It is a narrow, light-weight boat. It is a flat, floating structure made of materials that float like wooden planks, or none of the above. Your time starts now. All right. So the correct statement for yacht is it is a recreational boat or ship, often luxurious and used for pleasure cruising. You must have seen that in many movies. Yacht, a recreational boat, right? Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following statements is correct? Ropeway transport is used to transport goods and people in hilly areas. Are specially designed vehicles for long distance travel. Hot air balloon is used for doing fun activities. You have to select the correct statement or all of the above, right? Or all of the above. Your time starts now. All right. So let's answer this question. Which of the following statements is correct? Here the options should be all of the above, right? That's the right option. Roadway transport is used to transport goods and people in hilly areas. The keyword is hilly areas. Caravan are especially designed vehicles, especially designed vehicles for long distance travel. And hot air balloon is used for doing fun activities. So all of the above. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Which of the following are the example of igneous rock? Is it granite, is it basalt, or pumic, or all of the above? So you take your 10 seconds and solve this question. The right answer is all of the above. The right answer is all of the above. Igneous rocks, granite, basalt, and pumic. The reason why I have given you this question and all these options, because if any one of these is there in your exam, you should know that granite, basalt, and pumic, all three are igneous rocks, right? So the answer is option D, all of the above. All right, something interesting. Now you take your 10 seconds and solve this question. Okay, so it's talking about a gemstone which is bright red color and a shiny luster. Which gemstone are we talking about? What are the features? Bright red color and shiny luster. Is it diamond? Is it emerald? Is it opal or ruby? Right? Or ruby? So your 10 seconds starts now. You answer this question. All right. So the gemstone we are talking about here is which is having bright red color is ruby. How you will remember this? R for red, R for ruby. All right, let's move on to the next question. You take your 10 seconds and solve this question. Which of the following are the examples of sedimentary rocks? Just now we have seen igneous rock, now it is sedimentary rocks. Is it shale, is it limestone, is it sandstone, or all of the above? You answer your question in 10 seconds and your time starts now. All right, so the right answer is all of the above. Shale, limestone, sandstone, all are the examples of sedimentary rock. Shale, limestone, sandstone, sedimentary rocks. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following are part of the RRR rule? RR rule for conservation of environment. Reduce, reuse, recycle, or all of the above. In 10 seconds, I don't think it should take 10 seconds. You answer this question and your time starts now. All right, so in conservation of environment concept, the RRR rule stands for reduce, reuse, and recycle. So the right option is option D, all of the above. RRR rule. Okay, so moving on to the next question. You have to choose the odd one out from the following: Thailand, Iraq, Mumbai, or Japan, right? So out of these four options you have given, you need to find out the odd one out, and your time starts now. Fine. So I'm sure you must have answered this correct. This is you have to find out odd one out. You see here Thailand country, Iraq country, Japan country, Mumbai a city. So Mumbai is the odd one out, and that's the option that you have to take. Okay, moving on to the next question. Choose the correct pair of homophones. Homophones, you know, homophones are the words. They sound similar but having different meanings. Choose the correct pair of homophones to complete the following sentence. She dash the bike down the dash. Okay. Option A is bread, compliment, road, meat, and meat. Your 10 seconds starts now. You answer this question. All right. If you see it carefully, just by one word, you should be able to answer this question. She dash the bike down the bike. Where you ride the bike? You ride it on road. This is the right answer. So she rode the bike. She rode the bike down the road. Right? So C is the right answer. So with this, we complete 20 questions of general awareness. Moving on to current affairs. All right. So 2025 Women's Premier League was won by Mumbai Indians. In the comment section, can you give me the team's name which Mumbai Indians defeated in 2025 WPL? That is WPL. That is Women's Premier League. Uh, Give me the name in the comment section. Meantime, let's move on to the next question. All right, so the right answer for this question, the current president of Ukraine is Volodymyr Zelensky. This is the right answer. All right, so the current chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir is Omar Abdullah. It is option B. Can you, in the comment section, can you give me the state's name? Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu is the chief minister of. Likewise, you can mention for MP Stalin and Pema Khandua as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. All right, so the color of 500 rupee note is stone gray. That's right, stone gray. Okay, so quickly, can you give me the bright yellow is the color of which currency? Okay, let me tell you. This is of 200 rupees note. Fluorescent blue, this is of 50 rupees. Greenish yellow, it is of 20 rupees. Just keep this in mind. Okay, it's not necessary that you will be asked for 500 rupees note only. So bright yellow 200, fluorescent blue 50, greenish yellow 20. All right, so I asked you to read the question carefully. The question here says how many distinguished individuals were honored with Padma Awards. So it is asking for total Padma awardees count. You know that in Padma Awards there are Padma Vibhushan, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Shri. So all three put together, how many total awards were given? So total count was 139. 7 is the count of Padma Vibhushan, 19 is the count of Padma Bhushan, and 113 is of Padma Shri. All right. So with this, we have completed current affairs section. Let's move on to the next very interesting section. So the right answer would be, of course, help them pick up the books. You will not walk away. You will not laugh at your friend. You will not hide one of the books. No, you will not do that. So what will you do? You will help them pick up the books. All right. So I asked you to be very mindful while answering this question. And why did I say you? This question is when we express our concern and love to others, it can be confused with kindness. Is it not so? Express our concern. When you express our concern and love to others, it is compassion and not the kindness, right? It is compassion and not the kindness. All right. Gratitude. Gratitude means to be thankful for having something. Courage, be brave. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Right. So, see, friends, purposefully, I have put this question in this practice set because you see, we should always cross the road at the zebra crossing. This is right. When the traffic light is red. Yes, of course. When it is red, then vehicles will not move. Then you should cross. When it is green for vehicles. You should not cross at that time. So we should always cross the road at the zebra crossing. Of course, when the traffic light is red. Yes, traffic light is red, vehicles are stopped, and then you should cross the road. All right, let's move on to the next question. You solve this question. Why is it important to say I'm sorry? To make someone laugh? No, of course not. To hurt someone more? No. When we say sorry, we are not hurting anyone. We are showing that we care and we want to make things right. So this is the right option. Because everyone else says it? No, of course not. It does not matter whether everyone says it or not. We should say it to show that you care and to make you want to make things right. That's why you should say sorry. Let's move on to the next question. You solve this question, and after this, we will move on to the very important section, that is achiever section. Very simple question. Let me tell you the answer first. It is all of these. You should always keep your clothes and shoes in a proper place. You should eat fresh and well cooked food. You should say no to junk food. No to junk food. Trimming nails regularly. Yes, of course. So all of these. That's the right answer. All right. Let's move on to the next very interesting section and important section, which. All right. So I'll let's solve this question. I will give you one trick. When such matching column one, column two, such question comes up, you don't have to always solve all the answers. You just need to do elimination. Just focus on elimination. If you know the national sports of Nepal is volleyball, it means P2. So P2. Option C is ruled out. Option D is ruled out. Canada. Canada is ice hockey. It means Q1. Q1, Q1, all right. Japan. You know that Japan is sumo wrestling. Japan sumo wrestling. You got your answer. You don't have to solve it. Right? So this is the elimination technique. And with this, you should be able to solve this question very quickly. So Nepal, national sports of Nepal is volleyball. Canada, Canada is ice hockey in winter. Japan is sumo wrestling. Indonesia is badminton. All right. So let's move on to the next question. I'm sure you must have answered this question correct. I was talking about the elimination technique. Just look at the elimination technique, how easy it makes to solve the questions. First, Pacific Ocean. We all know Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean. P3. P3. Right? Look at the option. P2, this is ruled out. P1 ruled out. P1 ruled out. D is the right option. Right? So within not even 10 seconds, you were able to solve this question. Okay, now let's look at the other other oceans. Atlantic Ocean, it is after Pacific Ocean, it is the second largest ocean. Arctic Ocean, it is the smallest and coldest ocean, colder at the pole, and Southern Ocean, it is also called as Antarctic Ocean. Right? So with this elimination technique, it becomes so simple, easy to solve this question. Let's move on to the next question. All right. So very simple question. You don't have to, you just have to look at the option and you have to find the word. Let's do that. Option A, device used to browse the web. Which device is used to browse the web? Simple. It is computer. And here you see computer. You mark it like this so that you know that you have found it. A, you have found it. Vehicle used to fly. Which vehicle we use to fly? It's aeroplane. It is airplane, right? So which vehicle we use to fly? It is airplane. Let's find airplane. How you will do that? Okay, let's see the first row. A, I is not there. Then A is not there. A here is not there. In the fourth row, A is not there, right? Television is also not the correct one. Mobile phone is mentioned here. Okay, airplane. See here, airplane. So you got this one also. Instrument used to measure temperature. Thermometer. Thermometer. Okay. And option D is only star of our solar system. So which is the only star of our solar system? It's sun. Yeah. Here you see sun. Right. So you got this. You got this. You got this. It means this will be the right option. When out of 4 options you have already got A, B, and D, it means that C is the right answer. All right. Let's move on to the next question. You take your 10 seconds and solve this question. We use a dash to end a sentence and dash to ask a question. Very simple question. You solve. All right, so we use a dash to end a sentence. End a sentence. Full stop. And full stop is not there in any of the option. It means A is the right option. Anyways, let's solve this. We use a full stop to end a sentence and a dash to ask a question. Question mark to ask a question. It means A is the right answer. All right, let's move on to the last question of this model question paper. Um, there is a figure given and you have to find the length of the pencil. You take your 10 seconds and solve this question. Very interesting question. Fine. So let's solve this question. The diagram could be looking very scary, but it is not. It's very simple question. You have to find the length of this pencil, and this length of the pencil is, you see, with the dotted line is showing it is equal to this much, right? Fine. So 1, 2, 3. If we know the length of one rectangle, we will know the length of 3 rectangles. And here you have the scale. It starts with 1, ends with at 4. So 1, from 1 to 2, 1, 1 to 3, 2, 2 to 3 to 4, 3 units means 3 centimeter. This is one way of doing this. Since it is, or the other way is, since it has started from 1, so you take from 0, 0 to 4, that is 4 centimeter, and 0 to 1, you minus this. It is not starting from 0, right? So you minus this 0 to 1. So it is 3 units, 3 centimeters. So now we know the length of this rectangle is 3 centimeters. Like this, it will be 3, it will be 3, and it will be 3. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. So 9 centimeter is the right answer. I am sure you must have solved this question. If not, if you have any problem, please put that in the comment section. I will try to capture or make a video only on reasoning questions. And of course, I am going to come up with the model question set number 5 very soon. Till then, take care, keep practicing. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.